Is there anywhere, or anyone here for us to answer to? Seemingly not. So I think that's a good sign. Look, they even cleaned up the bodies out here. Look at them. Is this something we can do something with that? I don't know. But yeah, the fact that there don't appear to be any other people here to report back to Radovid is a good sign, and we're probably gonna have to start scheming how to best explain what happened here, because at least when we report back to Radovid, we're gonna have to say, yeah, so we survived, but no one else did. And that's gonna be a tough one. I suppose Radovid wasn't here to begin with, so we could just say, hey, when we showed up, everyone was dead. We went in, we looked, saw nothing, that was that. And hopefully he leaves at that. But we could find a similar situation to what we saw with those witch hunters, where Radovid just goes, yeah, I don't believe you. Does seem like, all in all, Redanians, the witch hunters, and Radovid himself are rather distrustful. So let's tell Radovid what happened to Philippa, and hope that he does not call us out for what we did. Otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be a tough conversation to have. Difficult one to explain. But yeah, I think if given the option, we would say something like, yeah, we showed up there, everyone was already dead, Philippa appeared to have taken them out, but when we went in, looked for Philippa, she wasn't there. And I think we probably also say that we did not find that crystal there. I think we keep everything really close to our chest, and basically just, yeah, try to be neutral. And that way, we at least for the short term are hoping that we keep both Radovid and Philippa alive, and then longer term we see what, if anything, comes up with our relationship with Philippa, see if we can take that anywhere and glean some important information, or use her power as a powerful sorceress to our advantage. And Radovid, we may be able to still get some good things out of him, but with him being the King of Redania, having a lot of resources on hand, but he's probably still not going to be a huge fan of what happens here, even if he doesn't necessarily call us out on our lie.
King of Redania, state your business.
This. Yes.
I want to see the king. It's about Philippa Eilhart.
If that's the case, come with me. But no sudden moves. Got my eye on you.
Is that so? Totally.
Witcher.
Totally safe guy.
progress?
Not like I just took out
Have you found
a troop of your
Eilhart?
people. See, like, I don't think this is what we want to say. Yes, this is true, but I think if we were to give the crystal to Radovid, like I was saying before, I think he would immediately use it to track her down and take her out, and we would never get the chance to see if we can make anything happen. Forge any sort of alliance with Philippa, shaky as it might be. But, yeah. I mean, again, there's that question of, is the crystal in good enough shape that one could actually use it to track her down? Is a crystal for a megascope even something that you can track down where someone teleported to with? I don't know. Might be that the crystal is too damaged to do any of that stuff with. But I think let's try to play it safe. Now, I think she's dead. That is... So this is true, but I don't think we want to say it. This is... I think that is too much of a blatant lie. I think he will see right through this, because there's really not even a grain of truth to this. I mean, we didn't see her. That much is true, yes, but like, sure, we saw she was trying to do some kind of operations, and I guess maybe you could make the case that we've seen that, like I was saying before, in The Witcher 2, when people tried to use megascopes with damaged crystals, it didn't end well. So, maybe that's reason enough to suspect that she could in fact be dead. I'm not under that impression. I think she did survive. But, I suppose maybe that's the case you make there. I still think that Radovid is going to seriously doubt that, though. Whereas if we say, we know she's trying to restore her eyesight, that, I'm assuming, is what Geralt is saying was the purpose of the operations there. I mean, we didn't really have anything that directly and explicitly said, like, yes, what she's trying to do is get her eyesight back. Yes, surgical stuffs and disinfectant, but I mean, that could still be anything. Or she could have gotten wounded in some of those fights trying to protect herself from those witch hunters. But I think this is more believable because there is some information we could give him about this, and then I think that would make him feel a little bit more like we actually did our job, whereas if we just say, we got nothing, she's probably dead, I don't think he's going to be satisfied with that, because remember, he said, I don't want her dead. I want you to bring her to me alive. So I think we go with this route. See where he goes with this.
But I did
How does
find
Radovid
signs
respond?
of someone doing medical experiments there.
Oh, that's something.
There we
I
go.
think Philippa tried to restore her eyesight.
Verily. Empty eye sockets suit her so much better. So, have you any proof?
See, again, don't want to give him the crystal, I don't think. I mean, saying no is not really accurate. I mean, not even from, like, the... I guess what I'm getting at is, we have the crystal, yes, but we did also see other things, like the disinfectant, like the other surgical materials, so we could... If I were able to customize my answer here, I would say, yeah, we saw the surgical materials, the surgical tools, and we saw the disinfectant, and so that is what we are basing that analysis off of. You know, we're not making this up out of thin air. Sure, it's somewhat speculative in nature, but it's not like total lie. So I don't love saying no, sadly, because it feels like we have some stuff we could say here, and yet this implies that Geralt would not say that. But I think it's probably still better than admitting that we have the crystal. Let's try this.
No, but you have my word.
Yeah, he's not going to buy that for a second.
Your word. You give me your word. Sorry, but Eilhart herself taught me to doubt everyone, especially their word. So we've naught to talk about. Farewell.
Okay. Let's see, does this say quest failed? It might. That's completed. And a whopping 2 experience points. Alright. I mean, it's not going to say anything on this quest here anymore, of course, because it's going to go back to our completed spot. But, yeah, I mean, in some ways, sure, we didn't get anything big and dramatic to come of that, but that might have actually been the best result. We were saying previously that we wanted to perhaps delay doing that quest because we were concerned that it would remove one of the key players on this, again, to use Radovid's metaphor, this chessboard. We don't want to get rid of a powerful piece without at least knowing first as to whether it could do us a few favors, work on our side. So in that way, I think, in some ways, that might actually have been more or less the best result. Radovid is still alive, and sure, may not be really happy with us, but he also doesn't appear to be furious with us either. And Philippa, I'm pretty sure at this stage that Radovid does not have any way to track her down, so yeah, I think it might actually have been the best possible outcome there. Maybe. But anyways, as for what is next on our list here, let's see, we are our level 19, and we could of course go into the deadly plot to immediately take out Radovid. Again, I think, or this one, of course, would presumably result in either Radovid dying or something else fairly significant happening, like maybe things go horribly wrong, then Siggy, gets thrown into the thick of things and he goes down because Radovid sees it coming. Basically, someone important is going to die from this quest. May not necessarily be Radovid per se, but for that reason, for the same reason we were deliberately trying to protect Philippa for a little while in that quest we just completed, we probably do delay this one and see if we can get any other information on Philippa in the meantime. See if she does pop up somewhere, we hear word about her. So I think we go with something else here, and we have had the BYWAYS murders for so long, and just haven't quite been the right level to make it happen, but I think it is now doable. Level 19 for level 22 quest, that doesn't seem too bad. Deal with the ghouls in the Prowling Village. Let's give this a shot. So, remind me, I feel like it was a place where we teleported to on several occasions, down and to the left. Yeah. And we, on a few occasions, forgot that there were enemies there. We're like, oh, okay, get out of here. So, let's give this a shot. Just take out the ghouls. Okay. Oh, we're not actually at a fast travel location at the moment, but are we close to one? Let's actually, before we do that, I see there are some tradespeople here. Are you one of them? No, you are not. We do, of course, have a lot of stuff in our inventory right now, so it seems like it might be worthwhile for us to just unload a bit of that stuff. And perhaps upgrade our gear a bit. Sharpen things. Okay.
Go on, don't think twice, just buy.
Except you don't actually sell anything?
Hey!
Neither do you. You do.
What can I do with you for? If I ain't got it today, say the word and I'll have it tomorrow.
Okay. So you are not a specialist.
Let me see. Might
Notably.
be something.
But what is... Wait a second. What? You have... I mean, you were the person that we spoke to previously about the paint, were you not?
So long.
Hold on. Did we not complete that quest? Can we just... Is it still an option, even though we've already purchased the paint and completed that quest? Now you're throwing me for a bit of a loop here. What was that one called? It was called the Volunteer, right? Is there... Should I be reading into how that's still there right now? Is there going to be something else that we also need to paint? No, you're making me nervous. Did we... Blood ties? No, that's not it. He was level 14, the Volunteer. And so, of course, we have a fairly long list of theirs. Verdania's Most Wanted, so this was the one that we just completed. Let's see what it ultimately said. Geralt found and searched Philippa's hideout. Though there were signs of her presence everywhere, the sorceress herself was long gone. She had, however, left one thing behind that could prove of great value, a damaged crystal from her megascope. The Witcher knew such a gem could, if properly probed, reveal priceless information about her doings. Okay. He thus was faced with a choice. Should he give the crystal to Radovid, or take it to one of his sorcerer's allies? Oh, yes, absolutely. In that case, would prefer to take it to one of our sorcerer's allies. I mean, I would probably say that Triss would be at or near the top of that list, but of course, Triss has kind of gone off and done her own thing now. I'm not sure when we're going to see her next. Seems like it could be quite some time. But I suppose Yennefer, also someone we haven't seen for a very long time, but in theory, we could probably talk to her about it, and I'm sure we have some other sorcerer's friends that just more so a question of how much do we trust them. I'd say Triss and Yennefer are probably the two that we trust the most. So will we find others that we are feeling trusting enough of to give that valuable information? Maybe. So, out of a sense of duty, or perhaps a desire to receive at least part of the promised reward, yeah, Radovid might not have held up his end of the bargain, I don't know. Geralt returned to Radovid to tell him what he'd found in Philippa's hideout. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, did he give us anything in terms of reward other than that 2 experience that we got? The king was clearly not pleased with the outcome of the investigation and dismissed the Witcher. As for compensation for his trouble, sadly, the Witcher something had to go without. Yeah, I think I'll live with that. Then, where is the Volunteer? It's the thing that I was most curious about. Is the fact that there is still paint here an indication that we actually failed that quest? Or that we, for some reason, have not really completed it? Still haven't seen it here. It's also a little concerning. Yeah? Not failed. Do we still have it? Did I just go over it and not even realize? Perhaps. Maybe I just forgot about it. Secondary quests. The Volunteer? Huh? Maybe I just didn't see it? Even though, pretty sure we did complete it? I mean, how expensive is it? I suppose we could just pick up another one of them just in case? Just in case we have a reason why we're going to need it again?
Let me see. Might pick something.
Play it safe. It's 16 coins. Weighs 0.01 units. Let's pick it up, just in case something weird happened there. Then, do we have other stuff to actually dump here? We could sell him the crystal. No, probably not a good idea. We could perhaps even somewhere else break it down into components. I'm curious what components it would break down into. Probably we'll want to do that with the shackles here. Break it down, not sell it. But I suppose we could sell the leather pelt. It's not super valuable. Deer hide. Big hide. Goat hide. White wolf hide. The ashes are basically worthless. Okay, and that, I mean, it's not that made a huge difference here. Black magic doll. Okay, we've seen these before. Okay, this is not actually like a special item. Mostly just plain and simple junk. Yeah, so if we get rid of all that stuff, I mean, we have a tiny bit of wiggle room now, but not a ton. So, oh, you know what we could do? Well, these don't have weight, do that. I was going to say we have a fair number of beverages that we probably don't much need. I'm not going to need to use this many of them, I doubt. So, yeah, but those don't have weight, so sure, gives us a little bit more monies, but that's about it. Oh, and I guess this horse blinders here is going to be weaker than the current one that we have. We have racing horse blinders, so this is quite light, but we'll dump it. And that doesn't have weight. These are, of course, the big things here. But we would ideally sell them to a specialist rather than just a generic tradesperson here. So maybe that's good enough.
So long.
Unless there is a specialist over here. In fact, there is. Yeah, why don't we just take a quick second, offload some things here with you.
Greetings again. So, you got a job for me? An interesting one.
I guess.
Show me what you have in stock.
So, apparently we had this idea with you previously. Yeah, so if we could just get rid of even just little proper boots that are not great. Not that they weigh a ton, but that's a little bit of stuff we can offload. And then again, the question is whether you as an armor person, we still feeling okay selling weapons to you. We do have a lot of low level, low rarity weapons, things like the maces and blunt axes and blackjacks, stuff of that sort that's 30-something, 20-something coins a piece. I mean, I would say that just one of them is not a huge deal to sell that at less than ideal value, but we have enough volume that maybe we just sell a few here to give ourselves a bit more weight. Just to buy ourselves some time in case we do find ourselves going into some area where we have better stuff to pick up. And we don't have the weight to pick it up. So I'm gonna sell the things that are the least valuable here, the stuff that's in the 20s. That way, we are least affected if we are finding ourselves selling at less than the ideal value. Yeah. Okay. And suddenly, now we have lots of free space, so that seems like we're in a good place now. We could perhaps
You're
we can
in
break
luck.
things down, right?
Actually,
This is how we do
have
that?
A special order for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Mark my words, you'll be satisfied.
Is that so? Yeah, that's actually not what I want, though. Or repair, I want to remove upgrade, I want to dismantle it, yeah. I'm curious what this breaks down into. Diamond. I mean, that would be nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure we need this thing. So, the Diameridium Shackles would give us some glowing ore. Let's do that. Yes, the Diameridium Shackles themselves are somewhat valuable, but I think we would rather have glowing ore. Okay, anything else we want to break down here? For reals, I don't think so. I think we're mostly just looking for the shackles and then entertaining the thought with other things. We could. We really thought we wanted to. Oh, break down some weapons into the materials, and did not realize this was going to give us dark steel. That's actually kind of interesting. I was expecting just plain and simple steel ingots, or maybe even just ore. Basically, I was expecting worse. So that's a little intriguing. At least with these guys here. They do seem to be, yeah, like they're perhaps our most valuable of the weapons that we're holding on to right now. But that dark steel ingots, I mean, we maybe would technically be best served seeing exactly how valuable is a dark steel ingot. Are we best served selling these items and then using the coins that we get to buy the ingots rather than breaking down the items and paying to do so to get the ingots that way? I don't know. Let's break them down here, I think. I don't think that they're big enough items or big enough crafting items for us to be that concerned about min-maxing to that level. I think we'll probably be okay in that regard. Oh. Though, similarly, this guy also does seem to be more valuable than some of the other weapons that we have here. But it does break down to Dimeridium and Glowing Ore. Those are two quite good things, and again, more Dark Steel. So that's tempting. That is a bit tempting. It does cost 166 to break it down like that, so not coming free. That's kind of what I mean, where once we start going to this territory, it does start to get a fair bit more expensive. This, once you start to break down the big ones, now we're talking Amber Dust, Gold Ore, again, Dark Steel. It does cost 205 to make that happen, and these are pretty powerful, valuable items here that, again, at that stage, I think it is probably worth taking a closer look as to, are we better served selling the item and then using those coins to just buy the crafting materials directly, or is it more cost efficient to break them down? So let's just do it with the little things here. There's a little less risk in that case. And, oh, we did already do it with the cheapest weapons there. Then the stakes start to get a little bit higher. You can maybe make a case that this is also worthwhile. Yeah, let's do it with this one, and then I think we stop there. We'll draw the line at the, basically not doing the yellow magic items, and certainly not doing the relic ones either. We'll sell those instead. So they're a little bit more valuable, a little bit more powerful. Okay.
So long.
Now, let us head over and do BYWAYS. Do need to get ourselves to a fast travel location. That shouldn't be much of an issue here, I don't think. As for where the closest one is, I mean, we were definitely right next to one previously. I would like to believe that I'm mindlessly wandering toward one at the moment, because it is on the edge of town. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I think this is ultimately going to lead us right to where Radovid was, and yeah, you know, we'll just walk past these guys. Just ignore the fact that we totally lied to your king and withheld very valuable information from him, and he would not be very pleased with us if he were to know that in full. But now we're on the move, and you are never going to catch us. So smell you later. Alright, so we should have, yes, enemies directly on top. Whoa, quite literally spawning on top of us here. So the interesting thing about BYWAYS Murder's contract here is that, yeah, it looks like it's specifically ghouls. And with, I think, every previous Witcher contract thus far, we've seen that it's been for some kind of boss, not for generic enemies like ghouls. I mean, these are higher level ghouls. Yes, level 23 is unusual. They will be stronger than the usual ghouls we run into, but nonetheless, that does seem strange. So I don't know if there's going to be like a super ghoul somewhere mixed within these guys.
Ugly bastard.
Boy, now you're healing. That's no good. Yeah, we did take out one of you with your Igni sign, so I think success there. And now, ooh, that's some interesting acrobatics there, Geralt. Oh, out of sign juice. Wanted to take you out. You're down. You're also healing, so I would hope you didn't do that. Same with you. Come back here, please. That is... What are you doing? You're supposed to be part of the BYWAYS murders, and if you leave BYWAYS, then that kind of, you know, defeats the whole purpose of this quest here. Okay. And that does appear to be the last of them, perhaps. But not seeing anything that says, well done, quest complete, or anything of that sort. Is there anything in there? I don't think so. I mean, there's something over there. But yeah, that kind of just further suggests that it's not going to be this simple. There's more to it than just taking out these guys here. Oh, that guy's still alive. Okay, so maybe that's why. That could be The answer right here, and you are eating a dog. Lovely. Yeah, if you could just continue to wait for us to get our sign juice back so we can continuously do this, and you just never hit us, that would be kind of preferable. There we go. Find the surviving villagers. What?
Anyone there? You can come out.
Villagers here? I mean,
Safe now.
these ghouls have been here for like ages. So if you were hiding in some of these houses, like locked up for a month, then how you survived is a mystery to me. You got some explaining to do.
Nilfgaardians came plundering, looking for valuables, as if we was rich.
Who killed them? Couldn't have been you.
Yeah, those ghouls didn't look like Nilfgaardians to me.
Must have been those beasts you slaughtered.
I don't know about that. That doesn't seem to add up. Ever seen ghouls come to the rescue? Yeah.
This would be the first time ghouls came to help out a village in trouble. At this rate, they'll be taking jobs off the notice boards before long.
Uh-oh.
Was how it was.
Gonna put us witchers out of work.
Dwell on it.
I mean, it is our job. Nosy. Very nosy. Or just say, yeah, so what? That's that. I guess. Job's done here. No, it seems like something else is happening.
Someone's paid me to dwell.
And who might that be?
That's for me to know.
Yeah, maybe those
Gonna
Nilfgaardians.
look around. Best
Also,
stay out of my
what's
way.
up, Buck? But that was not a doe. That was absolutely not a doe. I'll have you know. Okay, so explore the village using your witcher senses. Yes, something is off here, for sure. But is there anything in this room here, like say a lifetime supply of food and water? Because what, if you're just chilling here? I don't know about this. Seems awfully strange. For a second, I thought that said Boromir. Also, we can't escape. Oh, here we go. I was like, I'm sorry, buddy, but we know how this ends for you. Okay, so we can investigate the dog.
Wasn't a fair fight. Didn't stand a chance.
Okay, against the ghouls? And yeah, I suppose so. Is this one of those
Jaw
Nilfgaardians?
strong enough to crush armor.
Oh, strong enough to crush armor? Can a ghoul do that? I mean, maybe a big ghoul? Like we were saying, maybe it's some kind of super ghoul? Now ghoul? Anything around back? Turn some butter, but doesn't seem like. Oh, I mean, there's this, and there's this, but I don't think that's really going to give us any answers per se. Our quest circle is directing us this general area. Oh, there's this guy as well.
Thrown to the ground with great force. Internal hemorrhaging. Scent of blood still strong. Ought to follow it.
Ah, okay. That'll get us somewhere. There's also this building here, which we've not yet tried going into, so let's explore. Don't loot. Got anything in there? No. Anything in here? Nope. That may be it then. And as for... okay, so here's the actual scent. There are definitely more buildings up here. There's definitely more loot up here as well. Oh, hold on. Okay, well...
There's
apparently we're
nothing
checking this out.
there.
Tracks
Is that
lead to this
so?
house. What happened here?
What do you mean? What happened?
Alright, buddy. This is, this act has gone on just a little bit too long here. And based on how, yeah, the sense of blood is leading in that direction there, does suggest that you're probably still in danger. As for why you are trying to prevent us from helping you, that's strange. Don't know what the deal is there. Does kind of seem like whatever is causing the issue here, you're helping it to continue to do that? Strange.
You're all still in danger, and only I can help. I'm the only one who can rid you of this threat.
Probably.
What do I know?
Listen, you. If you don't tell me everything you know, you could all die. Understand? Is that a burden you can live with?
There's tunnels beneath the village.
There we
Tunnels.
go. Okay.
Elven ruins. We scavenge them for trinkets, small treasures. Sell them to Novigrad merchants.
That's why
No
Novigrad
one
was...
expected anything bad to come
Oh,
of
the... Nilfgaardians, rather, were over
Dug
here.
through some rubble. Found
If
a
that was even
chamber.
true to begin with.
The beast slept inside. We felled the prop so the ceiling had to collapse. Didn't bury the monster, though.
Oh. So that didn't work. Okay, but this beast that you saw down there, can you give us a little bit more information about
What
it?
did the monster look like?
Twere dark down below. Couldn't see.
Yeah, sure.
So how'd it kill the Nilfgaardians?
I ran. Couldn't watch it happen.
Yeah, this is not terribly helpful, this conversation here.
Give me the key to the door.
We're locked out, though,
You
so...
go in.
Yeah.
No, want to pour wax through its head, tell you your fortune. Now give me the key.
Geralt.
So,
Geralt has
correct
had
me if
about
I'm
enough.
wrong. You dug through to the monster's lair, then buried the entrance, but the Nilfgaardians opened it again to look for treasure. Beast killed the Black Ones and returned to its lair. You wanted to bury the corpses, but their stench lured ghouls to the village. Now I'm here. Sound about right?
'Tis as you say.
Good investigative work there, Geralt.
I'm going down there. If I'm gone long, run. Barring the door, nailing it shut resolves nothing. There are other ways out of the tunnels. Gotta be.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so I know we're supposed to, like, go in there right away, but let's maybe just take a second to hydrate. That's what I was thinking. So it's important. Important. As a Witcher. Gotta be on your A-game. Also important to do what everyone does with salt pepper. I think that primarily would be creating explosives, so maybe that's gonna be relevant here. Does seem like whatever beast this is down there is more than likely the real enemy we're looking for here. Like we were saying, those ghouls, they seemed like they were just the appetizer. But now we're talking about the entree. Does that? Oh, that's just the... As for what the chef is serving up today, not sure though. Is this? Yeah, it's the place where we... Oh! Yeah. Unlock the door. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of
Fur
blood.
shreds. An Ekimara.
Oh!
Hibernated here till the villagers woke it.
Saras. And some experience points as well. Yeah, more blood. A lot more blood at that. Let's read up on our little friend here. See what we can figure out. Of course, we've... that's not the way to do that, though. We have seen, at times, that we get little hints as to how best to fight these guys when we read up on them first. So, as for what kind of enemy it is... Oh, here are the fire elementals, which maybe is what we saw down in that cave previously when we were checking out Philippa's place. First fire elemental was created by Ransant Alvaro. Sadly, flames engulfed his entire laboratory, burning it, along with every other building on his block. Dash! Fire is the most destructive of the elements, thus the aggressive lethality of the creature that embodies its essence should come as no surprise. Fire elementals are forged in complicated magic rituals for one purpose: pure destruction. And they pursue this with murderous determination. Okay, so theoretically speaking, art is the way to go against them, and then elemental oils and explosives. Okay, good to know for future reference at least. But I thought we heard about Ekimaras previously when we were hearing about what was it? The other big vampires that we fought before. I think it's a vampire. Relict. Lessons, of course. Ran into one of those not too long ago, but vampires, yes. Ekimaras, okay. So I think when we ran into some catacans, I think that we heard about an Ekimara. So, bah, ain't nothing to fear. Ekimaras, why, they ain't nothing more than overgrown bats. Like other vampires, Ekimaras are not, despite what village gossip might say, undead humans. They are instead post-conjunction monsters who have no particular feelings about garlic, holy water, or religious symbols. Unlike their portrayals in ballads and legends, They look nothing like handsome, pale aristocrats with charming Eastern accents, though, like catechins or neckarats, they do bear a strong resemblance to overgrown bats. They also do not suck blood from the necks of virgins with delicate, kiss-like bite. They tear them to shreds, using long, sharp claws, and then slurp the splattered blood off the ground. Lovely. Sounds like blood is what the cook is serving up. Ekimaras are unusually cruel and exceptionally swift. They are able to quickly land blow after blow, capable of smashing even the best Mahakam-made armor into tiny shards. They should be fought with a silver sword. I mean, we were presumably going to do that, but remembering that they can regenerate back health over time. Okay, so we're probably going to want to be quick. If we dilly-dally, waiting for our Quen sign to come back up every time, then we might find that we're giving it too much time to restore that HP. We might need to be particularly aggressive. One should thus never attempt to tire them out, or, gods forbid, wait for them to bleed to death. Instead, cut them down as quickly as possible, and if possible, burn the body to ash and scatter it to the four winds. Okay, and yes, burn. That's not a coincidence that you say that. Igni is theoretically the way to go against them. It's good to know, and vampire oil. Probably would have gone that route in Devil's Puffball. Okay, but then I thought we also saw, a description about this one specifically. Serasti. Raiders of elven tombs either get rich quickly or die trying. Beyond Shay's disintegrating temples and palaces hold priceless treasures, true, but within them, many a foul monster waits deep in slumber. Such was the case in BYWAYS, where a few peasants, unaware of the dangers they faced, awoke an unusually dangerous Ekimara. The Witcher knew this monster would be no easy kill, that the vampire would quickly regenerate, that its blows would cause heavy bleeding, and that it was able to disappear into thin air. Oh, okay, that's not great. Yet he also knew that he could overcome these advantages. He needed merely to use Yurden and Quen signs to strike heavy blows. Oh, and avoid getting killed. Okay, so we're seeing here that Igni is the most effective, or at least that's what it's vulnerable against. Yet here you're saying Yurden and Quen as well. So basically what you're saying is all of our signs. All of our signs are what we're supposed to do. So if we're talking about the order of operations here, we probably want to put on Quen first to make sure that we have the shield on, right? And then put on the Yurden. After that, probably create the circle in the ground where we want to try to be luring you in. That's where we'll try to land the heavy blows. And then when we get our stamina back for our next sign, the third one, I would think, in that case, would be Igni for more direct damage. But that's that's in a perfect situation. I think in practice it's probably going to be a lot messier than that. But good to at least have a plan for the ideal circumstances. Now, as for what we want to do in preparation, we do, of course, have the ability to throw on one of those oils. What is this? We have a Superior Hangman's Venom. This is Relic, whereas... Oh, okay, this is Superior, whereas our other ones are Enhanced. I was going to say, this one looks all special and shiny, but the other ones don't. So, we need Vampire, though. Where is that? Ogroid, Hybrid, Relict, Enhanced. Okay, so 25% extra damage. So that's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Just double check. Is this weapon we want to be using against this guy here? Or have we picked up better silver swords since then? It's definitely better than that one there. Definitely better than this one here. That might not have even been a silver sword. It was. But, yeah, these are all... I mean, they do have some other things, like armor piercing that might be better, but I think that's probably not enough to make up for the big damage difference there. These are all steel. I'm assuming any of our rare swords are probably not good enough. Yeah. Okay. Or they're all steel. I think we're going in with this setup here. We could perhaps make a point of loading up on preferable potions and whatnot, but I think this is what? Large vitality restoration, whereas this is increased attack power? Yeah, I mean, if we're trying to go fast, I would think that giving ourselves an additional 30% attack power would probably be one of the best ways to do that. We just want to load up on as much damage as possible. So, did I actually throw on the oil or not? I think we were talking about potentially switching swords before we ended up doing that. Because the oil you can put on in advance, that's based on the number of times you swing your sword. let's do this. We just won't swing our sword just yet. Whereas the other potion is duration-based, so we want to wait to use that until the last possible moment. But we also should probably save before jumping down here, because I think we know what's going to happen as soon as we do that. So let's just take a quick second here, drop a save, just in case. Just in case. And let's also try to go down the stairs or the ladder rather than dropping down and losing some HP in the process. So, yeah, I think it's right there. Based on that, sounds like it's right there. So why don't we also have the bonuses for our enhanced weapons and armors from using the benches there. So let's throw on the Quen. Like I was saying, I think that comes first. We'll probably do that in advance here. Then Yurden is next. Draw the weapon as well. Hello? Hello? You down here? There might have been more stuff over here. Let's take a second to be a little more thorough. In case there are any goodies hiding in the corners here. It's mostly just crafting materials, and we might need to throw back on our Quen. Probably will, but I don't think that's the end of the world. Oh, except I switched over to Yurden. Assuming that that would have been enough. Okay. Quen. Then we get ready for Yurden. Now let's go. Okay. So, yeah, there's definitely some blood down there. I think it's going to be right on top of us as soon as we walk through here. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Probably one of the Nilfgaardians. Oh, yep. Still doesn't look good. Is that our friend? Hello! Yeah, you do look pretty big. Let's drop this, like, immediately. Okay, fortunately you are in here. We do also want to try to, now, throw on, oh, well, I should be doing, this. Activating that potion. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. Get this weapon back on as soon as possible. And I think he got rid of it as soon as I put it on. Disconcerting. If we can hit you in the back, that would certainly help. You do have pretty low HP here, but we did hear that you can heal a lot. It's also concerning. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You are big. You are very big. But you are also dead. Ooh. Okay, well, it's down. And we'll check out what you have here for us. Monster Tongue, Saliva, Vampire Fangs, Ekimara Hine. I think this is the first Ekimara we fought, so could find that there are new things we've not yet been able to craft, or alchemy ingredients, alchemy potions we've not yet been able to create. Mutagen as well, same idea there. Ooh, new sword. That's intriguing. We'll pass on the Rotting Flesh, and then of course the trophy, which means that we are, yep, in for more of this kind of cutscene here. Pun not intended. So, let's check out what exactly that sword was. That could be good here. It is steel. It is unfortunately still lower damage. It does have some Yurden sign intensity. There's that advantage, but a fair bit less crit bonus damage, and I think that is also really nice for us to have. It does have some chance to cause bleeding and a tiny bit of bonus experience from humans and non-humans, but I don't think that's enough to be a real difference maker here. Yes, it does have 3 sockets, whereas we don't have any on our current steel weapon, but I think that making up for 36 damage there would actually be pretty difficult to do. If it were closer than that, then perhaps you could start to make it happen, but I don't think we can. So let's just take a second here. See if there's anything else for us to pick up other than, yeah, you know, the whole, like, this is a pretty disturbing place thing. It's actually showing us the map of above ground, but I don't think there's a way for us to get out, despite Geralt saying that seemingly there probably would be more than one way out of here. I'm assuming we can still go out the way we came. Ooh, what is this, though? Mostly some cliffs. Not bad. Seems to be, if we could just pass this rather disturbing thing here. That's the rotten meat, but there's this too. Runestone Ruby. That's not bad. Mushrooms, I think. Those are pretty much a dime a dozen. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. So in that case, unless that was something as well, oh, that's just more mushrooms. Let us head back up. And we'll see if these guys have anything else to say to us. Also, is there anything for us to loot on our way out? Or are we truly just heading out of here? Oh, didn't see this. But yes, it is a dead body, confirmed. But we knew that was gonna happen, right? We saw that coming. How do we get up? So like, how do we get up? Is that over here? Hold on. Quest indicator's leading us over here. There was a ladder at one point in time. I see that spot. Did you close the door behind us? Did you actually do that? I know we said do that if it seems like it's taking too long, but then you, like, that was not cool. Okay, I honestly didn't think you'd do that, in which case, do we legitimately need to find another way up? We may. Is this it? Hold on. How the heck do we get out of here? I did not expect that. I mean, the quest indicator, yeah, is directing us here. I feel like this is just one of those instances in which I'm missing the ladder, but we did specifically tell that guy if we took a long time for this place up and run. Well, I mean, we kind of said, like, boarding it up is not going to be enough. Make it happen. Like, just drop back down here and see if we can actually go out the other way. Because, as things currently stand, not sure how we leave. I'm not exactly sure how we leave. Got stuck in there before. Like, this kind of looks like a way out, yes, except it isn't. Not unless we can, like, igni through this rubble or hard through this rubble, but I don't think we can. No? I don't think so. So I think I'm just not seeing something. There's definitely a ladder in here somewhere, but it is awfully dark in here. So you know what? I think more than anything, let's throw on a cat potion. Make life a little easier for ourselves so we can actually see in this place. And then that hopefully will be a difference maker there. So which one is the cat potion? It is this. Okay. So let's just replace the Thunderbolt for a second here. Cat potion duration is fairly short. So there is this ladder, but I don't think this is the one we're looking for. We already saw this one, I think. This is where we were previously. And then this way. There it is. There it is. I wasn't concerned. I didn't think we were locked in there for all of eternity. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As for these guys,
Gods, he lives.
yeah.
Found an Ekimara hibernating underground. It was old. Must have been asleep for centuries.
Oh,
An Ekimara.
apparently.
Vampire. Won't trouble you again.
What?
You cut off its head, drive a stake through its heart.
I mean,
Did what I
sorta.
had to. Don't go down into those tunnels anymore. Ekimara aren't known to be loners.
Oh, that's
You've
concerning.
done well, but others hired you. Said so yourself. They's ought to pay you.
Farewell.
Yeah, alright. You guys aren't gonna pay us either. I mean, I suppose that's to be expected. You guys here, technically you weren't the ones giving us the job. We'll have to go back to the Nilfgaardians to make that happen. But I think we've now, I mean, certainly taken out the monster here, and I think we looted just about everything here as well. So probably does mean that's next on our list. Just report back to the Nilfgaardian Patrol Commander.